Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Predator Alliance League Summer Split 2020. It's time for us to conclude this round of Hearthstone esports. We've been at this for months on end, and we have finally come to the two competitors who are going to be fighting it out for the championship title, representing the University of Santo Tomas. Coming in from Teletigers Esports Club, it's Enrico, facing off against USEsplash from ADMU and Loyola Gaming Esports Club. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leo, joined here by Percy. And Percy, what a long ride it has been. Bittersweet that we're going to have to end it here and now. But real quick, before we get into the action, let's give our viewers a little bit of some context. How long has it been? What's been going on? And how did Enrico and USplash get here?
Yeah, I actually made a recap video on this, but I'll just touch up on it briefly. We've been at it for 8 weeks now, Sir Leo. This is the 8th week, so it's been 2 months of long and eventual grinding from a round of 16 all the way a single elimination bracket where around 8 schools have competed, and yeah, we're now down to just 2 from UST and ADMU. We have the most likely favored to win, Enrico, because he is the most seasoned veteran out of everyone in the bracket, versus an unlikely but also likely competitor in USplash, who went third place in last year's Nexus spring split for Hearthstone. It's also I dubbed it the David and Goliath story, where it's a free to play player in the form of USplash, who I think really has not spent anything on the game, versus Enrico, who is also giving back to the game from the prize monies that he's won over the course of his competitive scene.
Yeah, no, Enrico is not shy to cash in here and there because Hearthstone is a big part of his life. USplash, on the other hand, he's trying to get by, and really, it's mostly his competitive spirit and his wit that's keeping him in the game. But already, let's talk about in-game specifics here. This is going to be a best of 5. They're going to be bringing 3 decks in, but originally 4 with 1 banned out. Let's talk about these deck lists. We're going to be showing USplash and what he brought out and what was banned out, all right? So, Percy, he brought a slew of decks that are, at a glance, relatively out of the meta, right? You've got this old spell druid, you've got this everything shaman, we call it everything shaman. The only thing really missing are murlocs and some totems, and some sort of priest. This is Galakron / combo priest, and sadly it's his paladin that was banned out by Enrico, which is the closest to what we can call a meta deck. It's Libram Paladin. So Percy, talk about what's going on here.
I did get some insider info on how I know that USplash is really a free-to-play player, and he has struggled to find a 4th deck. This is very apparent for players who have just started the game relatively since last year, or probably just months offhand. It's difficult for players to make a 4th deck when they cash in on 1 or 2 decks. Hence this kind of priest deck, which I hope it works because I like Inner Fire Priest, because in Wild it's a good deck with the test subject and all of its recursions, allowing you to deal 32 damage in basically 1 turn within turn 9.
But that's turn 9. We're talking late into the game, and we're going to be looking at Enrico's lists, and there's only really 1 deck from Enrico that would want to go late, right? And that's his mage. He brought in a slew of meta decks. Oh no. These decks are coming in to destroy, to annihilate, to terminate anyone getting in their way. It's Bomb Warrior, Souls Demon Hunter, Highlander Mage, and the most current form of Guardian's Druid. And what got banned here? It's the Druid, so everything else is going to be coming through. And this is off of information we knew from last week, right? Because USplash hates playing against Druid.
Yeah, and we can even quote him. We can even quote him right now saying, "I just hate playing Druid." I guess that's just how I actually predicted it over the course of this series, that he really hates Druid. Even though he likes to play Druid, he hates playing against it, and it's very apparent in his ban here from Enrico.
Yep, and that means what's gonna come through? Bomb Warrior. USplash destroyed Bomb Warrior last week with his decks. What's gonna come through? Highlander Mage. It's been a while since I've seen Highlander Mage, but there is a reason why Enrico brought it here, and we're gonna be seeing it in action. And of course, Soul's Demon Hunter, which was what shocked the world last week. Enrico went 2-1, and that one loss was off of a Demon Hunter coming in from Wrath. Remember that, Percy? That
Yes,
was crazy. We were
definitely.
favoring the priest coming in from Enrico, which he benched for today, in favor of this set of four. We just showed you guys the brackets, how long it's been, and who else, the names, the many faces that we found out and learned about in Hearthstone Collegiate Esports here in the Philippines. Now, before we go into the first matchup, Percy, what kind of situations can we see here now that we know what three decks are being brought in by each player?
I guess we're gonna see a lot of more explosive action, similar to what USeSplash has given us last week and weeks prior, where we see some low rolls from his evolves, which of course eventually led to his downfall in some of the games. But in some cases he was able to bounce back. But I would say those were mostly through misplays and mismanagements from other players, which Enrico is probably not gonna do, because if he does, it's everything to lose for him.
Yep. And again, saying that this is going to be a 3-0 in favor of Enrico is not out of the realm of possibility. USeSplash last week, he was our only sweep, going 2-0 up against Zeus. But again, we talked about this earlier before the broadcast started. It could have been because Zeus was somewhat greedy, or he mistook the Druid deck to be out of its course. But then again, the Alpha Strike is real. All right.
Yes.
So we are going to be seeing that again here today. USeSplash able to steal games from out of nowhere with a Savage Roar and a bunch of Trents from out of nowhere. No, not Trents. Glowflies. There you go. So they're tokens. I'm for sure. I know they're tokens. But yeah, the way Enrico's lists are, even the mage has ways to clear the board. So again, Enrico here is super favored. Can you give me a number, Percy? I hate to put you on the spot, but what's the number here so we have expectations coming in?
Like a prediction number, how this is gonna go down?
Yeah, what's our odds here?
Okay. Odds, if you ask me odds, it's always 50-50 because that's how life works, I guess, right? But yeah, professionally, I did mention that I'm just favoring Enrico 3-0 because he has a lot of deck options, card options. We've seen text from his cards. If you didn't see a while ago, the bottom half of Enrico's Guardian Animals Druid with Ferris and even the Fire Breather, which even though there's no freeze mechanics from the Shaman, it's going to be useful as a tempo hit. And you have the Highlander Mage, which is, of course, has everything slotted in. You have the puzzle box in case things go Ori. And then, yeah, because Enrico just has so many things to work with versus USeSplash's budget, it allows him to be more flexible and ultimately, for me, sweep the series.
Yeah, I hope it does it. Yeah, let's talk about that because we're bound to see this this puzzle box from the mage sooner than later. I feel like it's even worth playing first or second in your order as Enrico. So you said, the puzzle box is there just in case things go awry. But is it possible that it also causes some damage? Given that Highlander Mage is just as inconsistent as any other Highlander deck out there, maybe less because it can draw out. Do you think Enrico is going to the way that the deck is built? You think it's built to answer anything specific? Because he did take out the priest, his Galakron priest. He did take out his answer deck, so to speak. So do you think he's going into this matchup knowing that he's here to just destroy? Like he's not here to answer anything.
I think more of if you play priest against a spell druid that's fast, and this is off of he knows that he's gonna ban paladin because it's the most updated deck. There is a small chance that there is a huge chance that if he plays priest and then it gets matched up with the spell druid, it's going to end unfavorably for Enrico. So I guess Enrico is definitely going for the kill with this mage deck because Zephyrus is just too good. Flame Ward allows Savage Roar to only hit for like what, 4 from one of the glowflies and it destroys the entire board. You know, it's attack. It is definitely a tech against USeSplash's decks versus if you just play the safe Galakron Priest, which of course, it's favored to win a lot of the games, but if it has at least one weakness, you might as well take that weakness out.
Yeah. And you're right. Like, I think Enrico did his homework too. But besides just having, again, the superior card pool in both variety and card choice and experience, each of these decks, save for the Druid, I think Enrico also played to that strength or to that information that he knows that the Druid is more likely to get banned. So he just picks that and then plays the rest. Because all of these three decks that he's bringing now into this matchup can wipe out the alpha and even wipe out those wide weird boards that Shaman ends up with.
Definitely. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm not sure who actually supplied this information, because you can only say that he really is taking this seriously, because it's all for him to lose, as what Enli said, all for him to lose, and it's all for USEsplash to win. It's all for, like, not just for the prize money, it's all for the glory at this point of the series.
And that's how ironic is that, right? Because I think you and I both agree that Enrico here is super favored. Like the cards, and then no pun intended, are stacked in his favor. But yeah, it's all for him to lose. This is his game to lose, and all for USEsplash to take. And what's gonna have to happen here is USEsplash has to get the same stroke of luck that he did last week and set up those weird alpha strikes, or again, force out a long game with that Shaman deck and not draw any bombs, or not have Enrico be playing the Highlander Mage, get the right cards, or the Souls Demon Hunter burst out of nowhere. Because yeah, if you're using that Shaman deck, if you get bursted down 10, 15 in two turns in a row, then you're in trouble. So again, USEsplash here, guys. He's gonna need all your energy, all your support. If we want to see this game go longer than any more than 4 or 3, then you're gonna have to let us know in the chat. Are you here for Leola Gaming, or are you here for the Teletigers? Put it in the chat. Once more, you are watching the Predator Alliance League Summer 2020 split, and it's time for the Grand Finals. It's the best of 5. We're just waiting for the game to start. Again, my name is Leo. This here is Percy, and Percy was a previous split champion in this same league, put up by Esports Acad Arena. And I gotta ask you before the game starts, man, is there any pressure coming in or going out as the champion? Do you feel like, oh no, everybody start looking at me, I gotta start thinking about this? Or I think it was different for you because that was your graduating year, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I would like to say that it's kind of the same, because you are most likely the favored to win this entire thing. And oh my goodness, is that USEsplash Cap? Finally?
Yep, he's
Wow.
ready. And I'm excited, man, because seeing USEsplash camera, this means we get to see his reaction to those crazy out of nowhere alphas. So he's going in first with his Spell Druid, and Enrico with his Bomb Warrior. And again, this is how things are gonna start off.
This is how. Wait, I'm getting vibes from last game. I'm getting vibes from the Zels. Oh, minus the Blade Storm. This is what Zels did not have during his match against USEsplash.
Yep. And again, yeah, you're right, because the Glowflies are online. The Savage Roar is here. He's going for the Quick Panther early on.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm feeling better for Enrico already. And is that a what is that around his neck?
No, that's his headphones.
No,
Enrico doesn't have cam. I guess USEsplash.
Oh, that's a picture. All right, that's a picture. All right. I'm like, oh wow, he is so solid. Like, oh, he's a rock, but yeah, he's still. Never mind.
Yeah, I got some word that his room is kind of distracting to some people. For him personally, because I guess it's a shared room. Can't help it,
All right.
but you know.
No problem.
No pressure, Enrico.
Anything that you need to be able to focus. Now, the Ankar thinning his deck, drawing out Sky Raider. Now dropping a Sky Raider. Oh no, he can loop this. All right. Remember last week wherein he made another risky skipper? Sorry, that was Zels made another risky skipper. Oh, but he missed out.
Yeah, but it did not help him in the long run there.
Yep.
Whereas the Sky Raider picks up here from Enrico, generate more value for him in the long run. With the Farsight instead of the Feral Spirit to get more cards from his deck instead of stave off some damage, because
he's not threatened here at all.
whoa, a second Isera should be this one. You have to go for the value game.
And yeah, because Enrico's not in any rush at all. No bombs yet. Very very small board.
Second Blade Storm. Everything is going particularly slowly, especially when you compare it to last match versus the bomb wire setup versus the Spell Druid.
Hmm.
USplash definitely knows how to pilot his deck. He knows when to slow down. He knows what's needed for the matchup. He threw away the power of the world, which is confusing at first, but because of the Blade Storm, it is understandable that he'd rather play for tempo for that part.
Yep. Yep. I mean, sometimes you gotta learn how to play tall or play wide, and yeah, he's making the right choices so far. But now he is staring down a league of tiny pirates. But
Oh.
nonetheless, Enrico's set up here. Enrico is readying himself. This could be the shield slam waiting in the wings. Bug beam taking
That
out
was
the biggest of the pirates.
Mhm. That was interesting from Enrico how he went wide here. He knows that I'm not really sure what his line of play because maybe it's because he has two Blade Storms in hand that he doesn't need the Risky Skipper clears just yet. He needs to keep this one Risky Skipper for the Isera third for the Lord Barov, but he's not gonna expect a second Isera. I doubt it.
Oh yeah, no. And oh, I was gonna say we'll be seeing a third this era. That would be nuts. Imagine how
Very
many
nuts.
dragons are coming in their deck. But nonetheless, we see a choice here. What would you go for, Percy? These three here.
He picked an emergency Deathwing during his over match in the quarterfinals, and he does so again.
He likes it. He likes it. And again, I think it's because he's readying to wipe his hand anyways. Like after
Yeah.
Isera, you get another Isera, and then you have the panic button, Deathwing. So he'll stick to his guns here, and I don't think that's wrong.
Yeah, but the weakness of a Deathwing just playing it outright is definitely the Blade Storm, as I keep specifying this in
Yeah,
this
no.
matchup.
Yeah, and again, that's what stands. If it's the only one there, Blade Storm's gonna take it. Either way. Oh,
That's the first
he
Blade
misses
Storm
out.
gone.
Yeah, he misses out on the other, but he's gonna punch it with his face. There you go. Fair
USplash
enough.
Logic knows.
Yep,
He
two
knows.
explorers. Two explorers already. That's quite a feat. All right, that's 12 worth of health.
Definitely. Here's the Fungal Fortunes, probably for a wide Glowfly Swarm. Oh, goodbye Mount Seller for that Fungal
Ouch. No
Fortunes.
doubt. That's a lot of little glowflies though. Full
Yeah,
board? Nope. Short of two.
short of two, but this gets cleared by a Blade Storm. If Enrico chooses to play it, this means the Deathwing will be safe from any shenanigans next eh, when he chooses to play it over the course of the turns.
Oh, he's gonna go the other way. He is going to.
Oh no.
All right. So
It's the Blade Storm.
yeah. So this stops his out, right? Like this takes out both blade storms already. He has to deal with the emergency Deathwing another way later on.
Yes, and the 412s here from the both of these Iseras will definitely stick now. That's a sign.
There you go. And it's a free turn for you Splash. So the Isera comes in unpunished at all. Like he doesn't care. There you go.
Yeah.
Dream Portal's on deck. In deck. That is. Now we upgrade the Wrench Caliber. Enrico goes and thinks about it.
He's going for yeah, he needed to upgrade here for extra swings. If he swings right now, he'll be able to Doctor Boom into 4 bombs. But this aggressive Galakron, the Unbreakable, just tells us that Enrico wants to finish this game early, doesn't want USplash to get value off of his stuff.
Changes his mind. All right. Is he gonna force it?
Yeah,
Oh,
why
he goes
not?
for the Galakron. There you go. Okay. He'll save the Blastmaster Boom, I guess, for like a super painful turn. Oh! Oh! That's a
That's-
huge aspect!
that's
That's a
a big-
huge aspect!
It's bigger than actual Deathwing now. This Deathwing is going to be valuable for the Dragon turns that will come up. But a second Isera right away, it's going to clog your entire deck.
Yeah, and there will be turns wherein you're just drawing way too many dragons, possibly. And you're burning them. Oh no.
How about
But he's considering it because it is a slow turn from Enrico. There is no other
There's
time
no
in
other
the
option.
world.
Yeah, no other options.
Crystal
Go for the
Power to heal. I'm not a fan of this one, but why not? Because you might need the Crystal Power to heal for some other time.
I think you're gonna go Iron Bark here, buff up the first Isera. stop the bleeding from this wrench caliber.
Yeah, and let's take note that this Galakron no longer has ways to generate armor, so he has to bank on shield block, shield slam on one turn. But this Deathwing clears of this board, and the look on USeSplash's face is like, OMG, that is a big mad aspect.
Huge. Oh, but he does have an out here. He's gonna go wide now. Let's see what kind he ends up. Oh, the best one. Percy,
Yeah.
the best one. It's King Mukla.
He's gonna need another one if he wants to keep on the pressure. That's also good. That's already good.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Saliet
Pretty
does not try.
okay as well. There are worse beasts. Do note,
Definitely.
ladies and gentlemen, there are way more worse beasts than a 3-1.
Yeah, and now Enrico has to clear here while staving off the most damage as possible, because in USeSplash's hand is the double Savage Roar, which I'm pretty sure is what scares him over this run.
Oh, he's gonna go for the wipe. He's gonna go for the wipe.
Wait. You forgot, Enrico! No! You missed 16 damage here! Because he was gonna go for a risky skipper armor smith to clear this entire board, but that accidentally deals with the Deathwing. So now
he lost it. No,
He lost
he's
some
still
extra
gonna
health.
get the 16. He's still gonna get the 16. There you go.
but at the cost of
Yeah, but he knows that he made a mistake. He lost out on that too.
oh, is this gonna be lethal for USeSplash? No, it's not. It lacks probably some amounts of damage, especially from the shield block where
Yes, the shield block kind of put up a. So he still has the risky skipper armor smith here, right?
yeah, he definitely
Still a play.
can. Because if Enrico doesn't do anything here, he is going to get destroyed, punished heavily here.
Yep, he needs to do this right now.
He's not even going to shield slam here.
Oh, he still has a shield slam. He can if he wants to.
Wow.
Oh, he doesn't. Does he? Does he?
Free bumps in the deck. Free bumps.
That's not enough.
That's not-
There you go. That's not
Moonfire Club deck. Wait, let's calculate this for a bit.
enough. 1, 2, 3,
18?
4.
18, 28, 29. He is one off, ladies and gentlemen. Again, one off. So,
It's
8,
6 times 4. 6 times 4, 24.
24. 24,
Five,
the hero power,
6,
25.
7.
No, I'll do my math. So that's
Yeah,
8
yeah.
plus 10, 18, plus 10 again, 28. The hero power is 29. First, wait, this is lethal! Guys, this
Yep,
is...
you got it. Oh, what?
I'm screaming.
Another alpha!
Moonfire
Another alpha
lethal
from
once
out of
again!
nowhere. It is! It is another alpha from out of nowhere! Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Spell Druid! The Glowflies have come back from the dead, and they want blood! This is gonna be game 1 to USeSplash! Oh, and he keeps his cool. He keeps his cool. It's like, yes. Oh, thank you. That's amazing. How'd I even do that? Wow! I am at a loss again, and that's not even because Enrico was greedy or he was wrong at any point. He just didn't see the double Savage Roar coming. A part of me thinks that maybe he did forget that. Oh, I should have even wiped the trance, but.
That was careless from Enrico.
Yeah. Now looking back, yeah, I mean, he should have started the count. I would have even gone as far as punching a Trent. I wouldn't have rushed it as much because I had the Blastmaster Boom ready and going. Anyways, in the next turn or two.
Guys, that's what you get for either underestimating your opponent and what he has on hand. You didn't even need to see the Deathwing. There were no Dream Portals there. There were no bombs drawn. It was just pure unadulterated massacre from USeSplash with another Moonfire top deck lethal.
It's just nature's revenge, yo. He's just. It was literally the one card he needed. No, I think he could have won as well off of a
Off of an Ironbark, sure.
Off of an Iron Bar. There were a few options. So again,
3 outs.
he set himself up to win anyways. And no, to be honest, it's more because Enrico did not wipe. Enrico did not do housekeeping and clean up, man. Oh.
Yeah. I think the tilt part was from the early Lord Barov, which completely disoriented his disoriented the methods of his clear.
Yes, the wipe was in his hand. He just did not play it in the right order. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
gonna haunt him. That's gonna
definitely
haunt him, man.
that's gonna haunt him.
That's one game that you're gonna look back and that was my game. That was my game.
Yeah, but of course we have seen Enrico face struggle defeats during the summer split when I competed in versus was it Tiger Tides? Yeah. It was Tiger Tides where just played the Druid well versus the Hunter, and I think it ended in a 2-1 or a 3-1. And yeah, Enrico definitely not a stranger to losses, and he can definitely bounce back from such an astronomical defeat here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope so because again, he's so favored. These decks are meant to eat up what USeSplash is bringing to the table. But yeah, USeSplash one step closer to this championship here. Two more decks. He's got this everything but the kitchen sink shaman and his Galakron combo priest. Uh, Man, Enrico is this is the world is his oyster. All right, the world is his oyster, and he can do whatever he wants with these decks. But still, if you miss out on these little details, and I'm pretty sure he's done this wipe hundreds of times before. He's
yeah.
counted this in his head. He dreams this, Lord Barrow, Risky Skipper. But this one time, man, this one time
This
at the
one time.
grandest stage of them all, where he needed to make it count, he misses out. And of course, USeSplash draws the Moonfire. Of course.
Of course, definitely. Yeah, because it was definitely a clear here. Let's say minus the 16 damage and everything. It is definitely a clear with dropping Barov and then Risky Skipper and then two other minions. It's definitely a clear. Especially if you still have a shield slam to put. It was
Hmm.
a but too
Yeah,
bad
but
for him. But let's just move on. Let's just move
yeah,
on from the madness.
Yep, this reset is gonna be super important for Enrico. I'm pretty sure he also watched how USeSplash played this deck last week. It's time for game number 2. It's going to be the everything shaman versus Enrico's Bob Warrior. This should be easier this time around for Enrico
Yeah, I
because he
agree.
just has to do it right. All right, it's just like do it better this time. So yeah, he's off to a slow start though. I mean,
Yep.
it's still the anchor. He still sees the first anchor.
the,
The anchor
the coin
first.
evil totem means that USplash definitely knows how the matchup plays. He didn't play quest on 1, instead coined the evil totem on 2. I very much like this because Warrior has no efficient ways to deal with the 0-2 on turn 2 and only an anchor. And right now he actually saves the evil totem instead of playing the evil totem a while ago, which would have generated more value in the long run. But I guess it's all the same.
Hmm.
But right now,
He's forcing it. Yeah, there you go. So the quest has come down though. So now he can start working that up. Start doubling down on the battle cries. And here's the thing. Again, we saw this last week, and it's only because the game went so long, and miraculously, Splash did not draw one of the 6 or 7 bombs planted into his deck. This time, he has to do the same dance. He has to figure out whether or not it's time to turn into Galakron, and that's gonna be a super specific and super how do we say precise moment that he has to choose when to do that.
definitely. And now Enrico feeling the pressure from this small board. If he had a Defile, which Bladestorm is basically in that same range, this would have been an easy clear. But since there's a 1 health minion, it's going to be difficult. If he plays a Bladestorm here, that means he's just going to... if he attacks here, I mean, he's gonna go for a Bladestorm, which deals with everything except the Pint-Sized Summoner and Vis Brigand. Or he can just risky skipper into a Sky Raider, into another risky skipper, and then we'll just have fun from there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ooh, Fly Booter. Clears the board.
It does work out, yeah, and he has dudes in hand too. So this risky skipper is going to survive one more round. He can trigger that again. He has another on deck. So yeah, I think after this, the next order of business for Enrico would be to find that wrench caliber, to start putting the clock on Splash.
Yeah, let's go for that. But yeah, oh, that's why Enrico doesn't have a cam, because his cam basically died, and USplash basically life stole the cam, or so to say.
It's fine. I think we want to see you Splash as well.
Yeah.
This is very important to see how he reacts to the kind of games he's playing. And he ends up with a lackey-centric turn. He's going to start generating lackeys, although that is just one lackey coming off the totem. Definitely do not want that to stick. And
And that's
ooh,
also Oh wow, there we
Let's
go.
generate more. Oh, that
Sky
counts as a
Vatir
stun.
for the draw, and then just hero power. Take it slow, Enrico. The reset here for Enrico is important, both the mental game and for this game in general, to bounce back in this game to best of five.
And this might be game one for Enrico, to be honest. Like this might be his game one, and he might go straight for it, right?
I
Because
agree.
Huge
Yeah.
Splash is
Fine.
already done with his favorite deck, his highlight play deck, right?
Yeah.
The alpha out of nowhere deck, the RKO, if you will. But nonetheless,
RKO.
we'll move along and see that Enrico is gonna force the wipe. He knows that this deck runs these battle cry wipes, and he's gonna go wide. And he definitely needs another weapon. He needs that other weapon to take out this
Shield.
this shield.
And
Yeah.
what
Oh.
what the perfect way for Krastinov to show up. But maybe there is a line you can consider where you just upgrade, get that one free weapon, and then you Krastinov. But right
Yeah, and
now,
then you
yeah.
build up the Krastinov, right? You build up this upgrade. You build up this little tiny weapon.
But as of so far, maybe just a horde pillager just to draw.
Mhm.
I don't think he has any more pirates in the deck. Let me check for a bit. Again, I have forgotten for a bit. He has drawn both of the
Risky
Risky
skippers.
Skippers, both
Yeah.
of the Sky Raiders as well.
More can I ask
So,
for?
a five, a three.
So he
Okay.
just wants a weapon, man. He's telegraphing. I just want a weapon, bro.
Yeah, I'll take the damage now to stave off the damage later.
So imagine this. If he does drop the Krastinov now, it'll just infinitely possibly grow this Ankar.
Does your scale
Yeah, but if he plans to trade on to the Shield of Galakrond, of course there's only be one
It'll
hit. And
stop. Yeah.
yes, with the invokes of the Galakrond Shaman, the Krasnov will never stay after making like one hit on a 2-1.
Oh well.
But it's not that infinite, but it happens. It happens and
could
it
go
becomes infinite.
It could go forever. It could go a long while. Could go a long while. But yeah, with the back-to-back shields, this is USeSplash giving him an ultimatum. It's like, yeah, you gotta stop me right here, right now. I can double up my battle cries from here on.
Yeah, and again with this
Oh!
7 to 8 Galakrond. Wow. That's some amazing odds from Enrico as well. Getting this Deathwing to become just this big, and Shaman without the Hex has limited ways to deal with the 16-16 on the board.
Value Town, man. Enrico is the mayor of Value Town.
Are you talking about Trump? Trump SC?
No.
Maybe in some timeline, Trump SC's son would be Enrico, and he would be like the son of the mayor of Value Town, which is close enough to being the mayor of Value Town. But
Yeah. No, I mean maybe he'll be like a barangay captain or something.
yeah.
In like a little district. But yeah, nonetheless, he's eyeing out. Oh, he wants to go.
Wow.
He wants to go aggressive now. Use Splash. He knows that Enrico might be holding on to some gas, but he'll force out this gas by putting up a good offense. So that's his prerogative.
And this mutate here actually looking like a spicy pick. Instead goes for the Lightning Bloom and goes on the aggressive here with 7 damage to hit on Enrico, because he knows that with this early Galakrond turn 7 play, the only life gain that Warrior has left is shield block. These shield slams are almost virtually useless, almost. But this Deathwing on curve, Deathwing no longer phased. USeSplash no longer phased. He has seen this 16-16 before. He has dealt with it, or more of Enrico has dealt with it accordingly. And yeah, that's how it be. He can actually clear through. Oh wait, no. You have to take the 16. USeSplash.
Yep. He
Remember
saw that much too. Yeah, he knew.
Uh-oh. But he can still clear. He can still clear. He has to, Lightning Bloom, Hero Power into the Sandstorm Elemental. There we go. He has saved himself the embarrassment of trying to hit 16, and at least he knows it. He didn't actually misplay. He has it. The
There
Lightning
you go.
Bloom pickup was actually the best pickup. Wow.
He got it. He's fine. Now, Enrico, back in the student driver's seat, if you will. Because USeSplash here is in great position, man. USeSplash, he's now just waiting for that clutch turn where he's the one who turns into Galakron.
Definitely. With a brawl pickup here from Enrico, he knows that even if that turn arrives, he'll be safe from it. Especially with the Blade Storm in hand, he'll be able to deal with whatever remains from that big board. Right now, though, Enrico is considering probably Craston of the Evasive Worm, hit the Sandstorm Elemental, / go face. If he goes face again, we'll just laugh at him if he dies to some crazy stuff from Cumulo Maximus. Cumulo Maximus right now is 10 damage, by the way. So, if... Wait! If... I'm seeing a lethal line next turn with the Rockbiter. Oh wait, no. He doesn't have enough mana for it.
Yeah,
He doesn't have enough mana for Cumulo
yeah,
Maximus.
he did lock himself out with the lightning burst, but let's see. Oh wow, is Enrico really thinking this? Does he really want to burst down?
Oh no! Enrico feeling the pressure. He made a huge blunder there.
He
And
missed
is
his
it an
weapon.
even huger blunder for leaving the 5-3 online?
Huger, the hugest.
Impresses me.
Oh, not really, not really. He can just evasive worm this turn.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We can see how it's pretty bad, like what happened there. Although,
Okay. So this USEsplash is now setting up for lethal with the Cumulo Maximus to deal 10 damage on the board. And oh no, Enrico. Maybe is Enrico actually big braiding us and trying to go for a reverse sweep?
why would he do that? That by no means is a valid move. No way. Giving up a single game already, I think, is super suspect. But yeah, giving up two just for to flex on everyone, that's not how you play. That is unsportsmanlike.
Oh no, Enrico.
Mistakes were
what
made. Mistakes were made, Percy. I do believe mistakes were made.
Definitely. First of all, with the first attack of the Anchor before you hit with the Krasnov, that was the first mistake. The second mistake was leaving the evasive worm online. Enrico does not have life regeneration. What is he doing?
Again, shield block, but you have to find it, and that's just 5. That is finite. And question, Percy, I have a question, man. Do you think he did that with the Anchor attack first? And then left up the crash. No, I don't think that's by no means. There's no possibility because you see where I'm going, right? Maybe he wanted to do it with the wrench caliber, but yeah, nope.
Wait, is this lethal on hand with the mana he has? 9 mana. This is lethal again, ladies and gentlemen, with the Cumulo Maximus 10. No, 1 off. He's 1 off. I'm sorry. He's 1
He
off.
needed the Moonfire. He needs the Moonfire, man. He needs the Moonfire.
The extra armor generated from Enrico actually saved him from this debacle.
Yes.
What is USEsplash trying to pull? Does he think it's lethal? Because if he thinks it's lethal, it's going to hurt him heavily. Because Enrico just drew both of his only life regenerating cards. Well, of course, outside the armor, so he has to clear this and set up the lethal in the later turns. He can double invoke here. It's fine.
Yeah, no, sorry, I totally missed out on the Galakron, the other half of the super buffed up power, which is +3.
Double the power, double the score.
Oh no, yeah, it's +3 attack. Yeah, so yeah, again, he has finite 10 armor now. All right, so I guess he doesn't force the lethal here.
This is a full clear, but it does give Enrico much needed 2 HP in order to deal with her. And he's like, no, good, that's good. That leaves USEsplash with a 3-2, and Enrico enough to keep on regenerating some health.
Enrico's looking for the wrench caliber, and he finds it.
That's it, and he gets it. Very aggressive shield block.
Should he not have punched? Oh, he's not gonna punch. He's not gonna get rid of 3-2.
Yeah. With the 10 assured health. That is basically saying I'm racing you.
Yep, he's more confident. So let's see how this pays off. Yep. It switched, I think. I don't know. Is this the swap now? Is Enrico the beatdown? Is it a successful transition?
Oh, this is an interesting Nidhogg turn. I was thinking of probably like Bob's Spine, so that this Elementalist evolves, and then you also deal the appropriate pressure, because this just dies to a lot of things and gives Enrico a lot more time to just race him out, especially with the brawl, if he does consider to play it.
I mean, it's a free brawl. There's no incentive for him to let the board stick. He's still gonna race here, and he even has He even has this play wherein he goes hero power and really puts USeplash on a 2-turn clock.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's a 2-turn clock.
Nay, even a single clock, he might die right here if he draws the 2 bombs.
Yeah, definitely. And not giving him any edge with the shield slam. The shield slam is going to be useless once USplash starts to attack. So Enrico might as well just use it. Why not? Cut
Yep,
class
right now.
shield slam. Why not?
Yep, get rid of it. Get rid of the little egg by Nidhogg. Oh,
Don't give
nice
him any
stick.
chances. But USplash still dodging the bombs. The CT Shaman is just too good, man.
I guess it's partly USeplash, right? It's because he somehow does not walk into bombs. He is an anti-bomb. Is that what's the opposite of a magnet? He polarizes magnets. Oh, he
Yeah,
polarizes bombs away. Like put him in the bottom. Just put him in the bottom.
yep. But with nothing, with no taunts, no heals
That's it.
for
That's
USplash's
it.
side, Enrico has actually stolen Game 2 off of USplash's one-off lethal clutches and take Game 2 of this best of 5 series.
There
Finally,
it
the
is.
Bomb Warrior gets a win. Finally, thank you, Enrico, for reviving Bomb Warrior's glory. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Finally.
no, this is how it was supposed to be anyways.
I mean-
Bomb Warrior is so reliable. Bomb Warrior has most all the answers. Like even stouted minions quiver at the thought of a Blade Storm. So that puts us now at 1-1. USeplash winning with the Druid. Now Enrico taking it down with the Bomb Warrior. This leaves us with yeah, I think USeplash has no incentive here to swap out. I think he just has to really force these wins with the Shaman,
I mean, it'll be definitely harder to force wins with your priest anyway, so might as well.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
before it ends too soon, like at least give yourself a fighting chance. But
Yeah.
now I think, Percy, I gotta say, man, I gotta say, even in that game too, it felt like Enrico was a little shaky. Enrico is not as dominant as we painted him to be. It's
Yeah.
less now of a David versus Goliath matchup, and it's starting to look like a Pacquiao Morales. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
closer. It's
It's
closer than we
closer.
think. This is
Yeah.
already a 1-1, and we said it was possibly a 3-0.
Yeah. So much for my predictions, right? But yeah, Enrico definitely, I think chat has the right word for it, and it's called tilt. The game 1 loss started the tilt, and USplash has started to get into Enrico's brain.
Yeah. It threw him
Mind
off. It
games,
threw him
man.
off. It threw him off a little bit, and we saw some signs of that in this second game. So we'll see if Enrico is able to, get his mojo back online and get the confidence he needs to run this next matchup. And again, to win the series, he has to go through his Highlander Mage, which needs this certain level of confidence. You need to know and understand that your deck might not be consistent as the others in your bring, but it has the answers, and you need to be. This is where the right order of cards comes into play more. Like this is where it's more important because your cards, they're one-offs, they're singletons, and if you throw one away, that's it. There's no coming back.
Except for your card generation, which is
Yes.
never reliable.
Again, that's why you need to be more confident in yourself because your cards definitely doesn't care. They don't care. Like whatever your generates or your books throw out, then you gotta work with that. So yeah, Enrico here showing us that it's I don't know if he meant to show it, but already showing us that it's a more down the middle type of matchup.
Yeah. Number 3 in the rankings actually means a lot in the series. And I'm gonna I'll just read the comment here. If I'm USeFlash, I'll emote the hell versus Enrico. Yeah, get into his mental game more. But he's not listening. No one's listening into our comments, by the way. No one's going to take this advice seriously. But I like the idea how Hearthstone is more than just the card game. It's also about the mental game as well. You're not going to allow yourself to get tilted. You're not going to let petty losses dictate how you're going to play your next matchups.
You shouldn't, but it's possible. You
It's
could let
possible.
these little misplays get to you, right? So I guess it is just uh, it's a sportsmanship for you to not emote the hell out of your opponent, right? So
Exactly.
we have eyes on that. We would definitely notice. Seiba, yeah, no, by saying thank you, I guess But then again, you can be squelched, so who cares? 2-3, 3-2 in favor of Splash. I don't know. That is an interesting prediction. We'll
Yeah.
see. Game three here definitely might give us a better look as to how the rest of the series might go, because now we know for sure it's closer to 50-50. All right.
Uh-huh.
I think Enrico is going to be going in with his Demon Hunter. I've gotten word.
Ooh.
Enrico bringing in Demon Hunter. Let's see what Splash decides to go with. Hmm.
Yeah, because I, I I am considering a line where priest might actually be able to combo out the mage, because your combo comes from your hand. There's no illusion to disrupt your hand. If you're able to deal 10 damage to the mage through your minions, and there's no taunters, there are no heals, you'll be able to deal the 20 damage through the combo here. If you can show you Splash's priest deck again, unless we're gonna go right into the game, I guess I'll just speak it out for a little bit. Let's go a bit here. He has the combo Amet, which is 4 mana, Stone
Mm,
Tusk 4, 5,
one.
Powered
Yeah.
Shield, which brings it up to 10 health. Then the Ear Fire 6. Actually, he might need the Coin there, or maybe a Fate Weaver. Yeah, the Fate Weaver discounts. So basically, if the Boar, the Inner Fire, if the Faceless Manipulator or the Psyche Split get discounted, then the easy 30 damage. Because this priest definitely has a combo potential which mage has difficulty dealing with, and if the only way you can deal with it is flame ward, but if Splash is able to deal with the flame ward, or Enrico misreads the flame ward, it doesn't know that it's the only key thing that actually saves him from the combo, Splash might be able to deal a surprise lethal from this priest. I'm not counting him out. I'm not counting him that he might just stay, because the shaman is just way better. But because the mage is still up, there is a huge chance that Splash might be able to steal something out of nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, and I think that's the use splash trademark. That is his signature move. The alpha out of nowhere. And again, Enrico needs to know his outs. And Enrico needs to see this coming. He's seen the deck list. They know that these cards are in each other's decks. So it really just comes down to execution. Now I have gotten word that use splash is going to be coming in back strong with his Shaman deck. So it's
shaman.
going to be
Okay.
Shaman versus Demon Hunter, and it's Souls Demon Hunter. Before the game starts, Percy, do you have any expectations with this game number three?
I want Splash to actually be more of the aggressor, because you can't just wait for the blade dance to start clearing your stuff. Finish your quest early, get your evolves. Demon Hunter has difficult ways to deal with whiteboards
I am
outside of the
determined
blade
to
dance
win this.
and outside of the shard shatter mystic, which you already see here. If you get your minions away from 3 health range, away from probably like 4 health against the blade dance, you'll be you'll be not really smooth sailing, but you'll at least have a more fighting chance against this Demon Hunter who finally knows how to control the board.
Yep. And I think what's gonna come into play here is the fact that you have to rely strongly on your army and a can cards, right? You need to have your army and a can cards count for you, because yeah, this deck, as you mentioned, Souls Demon Hunter has a very little problem with clearing white boards. But again, it's finite. You'll run out at some point, and that's the thing about this everything shaman deck is it could potentially also go on forever.
Yeah, the value generation is definitely possible in some parts of the realm, but let's see here from Usplash. She considers to keep the Sludge Slurper on hand because that's his only good battle cry in the hand. Getting the Vulpera
Oh,
Scoundrel, now this becomes difficult. If
yeah,
you bring the Sludge Slurper, yeah.
he just ramps up.
But Enrico, finding the Spirit Jailer not allowing Usplash to gain any any sort of tempo. So maybe Usplash, I guess, see a line where you just, yes, there we go, hero power, because you're gonna play the Vulpera Scoundrel next turn.
And again, it's not necessarily just getting your quest a turn early. You have to still play it smart. And Splash saw that come in. But Enrico also building a board for himself, and he's got nice curve. This is a curve that could really just wait until those free turns, wherein he's able to just really wait for the skull and then refill, keep up the pressure again.
And right now, with this will pair Scoundrel pick, he's considering either Hagata Scheme or Serpent Shrine Portal. Hagata Scheme means he's going for late game, but Serpent Shrine Portal means that he's going to deal with either the board or find some surprise face damage in the long run. I like this pick from USplash. But
Ooh, he gets the right demon companion though. Oh, it's a little Leok.
Finally, it's the Kolek, if I remember correctly. The Kolek. That's it. That's his name. That's his name.
That's literally his name.
Anagram of Leok. Pretty good. So now this Serpent Shrine Serpent Shrine Portal might go to this Kolek or to this Wand Maker, stave off some damage, but yeah, it went to the Kolek, gets a 3-drop. Standard 3-drop, now trades to the Wand Maker. There were definitely better 3-drops there. This gives Enrico just even more time to set up for his aggressive, the aggressive side of the Soul Demon Hunter.
Yeah, and again, I was talking about it. There's the skulls of Gul'dan. There's a skull of Gul'dan. It's just one skull, but he has two. There's the skull of Gul'dan, and again, all he has to do is just wait and keep going. He can play from any direction now because the cards left in his hand are small.
Okay, there. I was thinking that Enrico was gonna go for an aggressive trade there, but thankfully not. You might consider here to just Bug Spine Crawler as USplash so that you hit the 1/1, you gain some value off of your Bug Spine Crawler, but there we go for some good stuff. Here's a Restless Mummy, 320k. You get the 3/1 in hand. This Blade Dance will deal with this, or just a Sarge Atavistic, I should say, will deal with this board accordingly. And Enrico, finding the tempo that he needs to not allow USplash to have a tempo of his own.
Yep, and first you gotta say, I'm feeling it. Enrico, with the way he's been playing for the past 4 or 5 turns, he's got his swagger on. He's more confident in this matchup, and we see that USplash is possibly a step or step and a half behind because Enrico's able to answer most everything that he's putting on the board. Plus deal damage, and that's the key here. He's not just trading, he's not just wiping, he's also able to put USplash down to 13 now. That's close,
Yeah.
that's scary.
Very scary, especially this version of the Shaman does not have any more Witch's Brew or Lifesteal, and that's just very nice from Enrico.
There's a wipe. There's another wipe.
Eldrachi Warblades, Twin Slice, Hero Power into a lot of things.
Into a lot of things.
A lot of things to deal damage to both the board and the opponent. Yeah, the 2 Soul Fragment top decks, not really necessary for the long grand scheme of things.
Could have been better. Could have been better, yeah.
Could have been better draws, but because right now, Enrico is staring at USplash's soul.
It's a clock, my friend. It's a clock. Because look, the Gul'dan can even draw out something that could still potentially kill.
Yeah, especially
another twin slice, possibly.
Especially with the Altruist in this deck, you don't really necessarily see Altruist in a Souls Demon Hunter, but Enrico giving us like giving us a notion that Altruist will be the surprise clear / lethal that he needs in order to close out this game.
But he still has the Blades Dance. So yeah, this is the right play. Go a long way. Oh, what? Wait, hold up. Yeah, this is his deck. This is his deck. The Consume Magic. That one-off Consume Magic.
There we go. See, I mean, it is technically a common card, so everyone should have it. But the fact that Enrico is continuing the face pressure means that this is going to be lethal next turn with even just this swing and then just the hero power. The Lapidary is going to seal the deal unless USplash finds the taunts that he needs to come back to this game.
Did he miscount? Oh yeah, he did. He missed a card draw. You see that? He missed a card draw.
Huh? From what?
The
Pantera. Yeah.
There you go. So I mean,
that might be important in the long run.
A card is a card. So maybe Enrico wasn't so sure if he was gonna twin slice or hero power at that point, but
Titanic Lucky here saved him. Titanic Lucky, no Titanic Lucky.
Ooh.
Feral Spirit. You might even consider to hex your own stuff.
Yeah, but there is a Blades Dance waiting in the wings, my dude. Did we lose track of Soul Fragments? How many left in the deck?
Only
still
one.
has
He only
one,
has one.
one left. That's all he needs. He needs to burn it. That's it with the
Oh.
lapidary, and he's got to win. Oh,
Okay, lightning blue. Oh, he didn't pick the lightning blue. Wait, what is USeplash doing? Okay, he's not. Okay, this is USeplash disrespecting what Enrico might have.
yep.
Picking all of the value cards from Wind Fury. Oh, Titanic Lucky. Oh my god,
He
that
finds
actually
it.
saves
He
him.
finds it.
What? I was going to say that this is going to punish him greatly because there are no longer taunts in the way, but now, and oh my goodness,
It's
what?
you. Oh, or you know what? Enrico finds good stuff as well. He finds himself a marrow slicer, walks into the lapidary 9 burst, but he can't even wipe the board reliably anymore. There's way too many bodies out there. Plus this 4-9 shield. It's worse than it was earlier on before the silence.
Yeah, but this is still some good odds from the Blade Dance. But what I would go for here is, wait, he doesn't have enough mana to deal with. He doesn't have enough mana to also wand maker into a lot of the stuff. So
hmm
this is actually, oh, this could actually go Useless's favor if Enrico doesn't
Yes.
clear the board.
If he misses the
If he misses,
shield.
if he misses the shield,
Oh, there's a way.
this is actually a win-lose situation.
3 out of 5. So there is a 2 out of 5% chance. What is 2 out of 5?
Whoa.
40.
Okay.
40% chance. Oh, he can still do it. He has a 40% chance here to
What is
totally miss. Let's see.
Okay, he's just gonna attack here, I guess. 7. What is he doing? What? 8. Enrico, what are you doing?
You're back.
This is an.
Oh, he finally hits.
Oh, he got it. He
No.
found.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There
Alright,
was
so there was more than one play. There was more than one play. There was more than one play.
But it wasn't the safest, but okay.
Yeah.
Enrico showing us that he also has luck on his side, man. It's
Yeah.
not USeplash, your +7 to luck is going to get negated in this series. And Enrico just stealing this unlikely win away from USeplash. I mean, it was likely, but because of the unlikeliness of how USeplash played the deck, getting the Titanic Lucky as the very last Lucky of this in his entire turn.
Literally the one last chance, right? They were both playing on the edge, to be honest. They were
Yeah.
both. And I hate to say this, but without even seeing Enrico's face, I know that he himself is on the edge. He himself is a little jumpier than usual.
Yeah, especially if imagine if the Blade Dance didn't hit the shield.
hmm
Will he go face? Will he waste the 5 attack? Will he keep it? It opened up a realm of possibilities which shouldn't be possible if USplash was playing the our competitive decks, and that's the beauty of free to play Hearthstone. You know what you're up against, but it's no longer relevant, so you don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
And then you just get surprised out of nowhere. Maybe you just get destroyed.
No, that's the thing. That's the beauty of card games and the way it's designed in general. Let's go on a little tangent because we've seen how this goes. But then again, the next matchup, there is some discussion. There is there's academe involved, but again, that's mage, Highlander mage going up against potentially either the shaman, which Splash could force, or even the combo priest. But yeah, that's what's so nice about card games is they're designed in a way wherein there is just a ceiling that your cards that you bought or worked for could go, and there's this other end of the free to play spectrum wherein the cards still function. The cards still work a certain way, and with again the same with the same amount of skill, even more, and then an amount of luck involved, you're able to catch up and close that gap. So here's what you're seeing. You're seeing it here put into practice. The free to play player in the grand finals up against the more experienced veteran, putting it close to the wire here. Even in that very last moment, he's able to say, I can make lackeys, I can find the Titanic lackey and force you to make or to find an interesting solution, which luckily Enrico found. And I think you and I both were somewhat blindsided by this other line of play, and he was still able to reliably blade storm the huge shield, going away with the win. Now we're waiting for the decision. For sure, Enrico is gonna go in with the Highlander mage. And I've gotten word. Here we go. USeplash, my friend, still sticking with the shaman.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to. I'm not sure. He doesn't want to show his secret weapon, which he might somewhat be bringing to some other tournaments slash some other some other like maybe if there were like pauper tournaments in the future for Hearthstone, right, where you only had like commons and rares and basic and classic cards, this would definitely take the cake as one of the more interesting decks outside of Face Hunter, outside of Demon Hunter. Yeah, I actually like this setup here, and maybe I'll just talk about something like or how chat has been making predictions, and because we can go on a tangent for a little bit how I'm kind of hosting a short giveaway to give back to the community, a Scholar Jane Abund for predictions for the wins. That's why when you ask me, I got a 3-0, everyone's going 3-1. I've seen a lot of people go 3-1 for Enrico, and I was like, I was surprised that no one wanted a 3-0 for, what do you call this? No one wanted the 3-0.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
there's just one.
The
No
thing
one wanted.
about the thing about calling 3-0s means you're not leaving room for luck. You're looking at it in a straight uh skill aspect wherein you're looking at the player's cards, you're looking at their history, and you're saying nothing here could ever go wrong, or they will get their way every single time. But here you see, man, USplash is able to pull things out and force Enrico to just say, yeah, my cards don't do anything. My cards just can't deal with that. So that's what we saw in game number 1, almost in game number 2, and here we see ourselves at game number 4, wherein
You asked
Enrico
for it.
is just one more game away from winning this whole thing.
Yeah, at least we have a show for the ages. We didn't get the sweep that I was fearing for.
Yeah.
And
So
we went ahead without the mulligan. We can only just
Hello?
think that both of the mulligans were terrible on each side,
mm,
looking
uh,
like a slow game.
terrible is an interesting way to put it. For USplash, I think it's fine. He did get his turn 1 quest. He is gonna get the cable rat on, but he's walking into a doomsayer. Oh, the doomsayer is fine though, because at least it's where it needs to be. I don't think the doomsayer would have done any better in late, because
Yeah.
you have to combo that with freezes and stuff to really, quail a huge board. Anyway.
Yeah, Enrico definitely knows that it's kind of useless in the matchup, so he might as well take the tempo away from USplash if he decides to do so.
Yep. Stop him from building a huge board before it's too late. So, yeah.
Yeah, but USplash just playing out Battle Cry so that his quest will be online faster than usual.
Working on it.
He might be playing into this imprisoned demon, but who cares, right? But the ping here is confusing for me for Enrico if he does choose to play it, because this imprisoned observer, I should say, will definitely clear with this what do you call this? Will clear with this ooze with ease without needing for the clear, without needing for the fire blast. But the pickup here, the bug spine crawler, it does use splash go for it, because it got pinged. It's going to die anyway.
Transform it. Ooh, tiny.
Terrible.
That is the smallest possible Edwin you can get. A 2-2 Edwin.
A 2-2 Edwin dies to this observer, and this bug spine is also going to die to a fire blast. But Jantis is just much more tempo.
He's gonna push it, bro. He's gonna push it. And
Venture Co mercenary.
yeah.
Oh no! Are we going to see? Are we going to crown Enrico the champion now? Difficult. This is difficult for USplash to deal
Very
with.
difficult. Very difficult. There's very few mistakes that Enrico can make unless USplash pulls something out. But again, we've seen this Shaman deck. I'm starting to get used to it, Percy. I'm starting to get used to this Shaman deck and the way it plays. And
Hello?
Oh,
yeah, just the turn that it decides to swap is when I expect that. And yeah, USplash, he's gonna have to go for the mind games, and he knows.
oh, the mind games. The mind games failed for Enrico there.
Yeah.
But I guess it works out in his favor because he has some 7 drops he wants to play for the turns to come. So that Venture Co mercenary going down, not really the worst thing in the world that could happen to Enrico.
Yeah, Enrico still has quite the board. He's dealing 6 consistently and saving his hand.
Fireball
This is-
turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is okay for Enrico. Not great because he's not building his board up, but it's all right.
Yeah. And it has started to rain, and Enrico is starting to rain on USplash's parade here with the Kronk's pickup versus the Siamat. Completely trades into it with the Divine Shield Rush.
Mm-hmm.
The tempo is just in Enrico's favor.
Yep.
Looking like
And
he'll close this out soon.
it feels good to see Enrico building a board here, because now where we're getting closer to a clear decision. Because I hate being put on my on the edge of my seat and then just having this roller coaster of emotions. But again, that's what we live for, and I don't mind being surprised again. So Galakron here, he transforms.
Wow, that's very early.
This is odd because the quest. What? So
He wants the quest over the hero power. Okay, okay, sure, but he might just die next turn in the turns to come here. What
that
is he?
seems that's confused. But why though?
But why though? That
Right.
is the biggest
I
question.
just
Uh oh. Well,
yeah. USeplash is just he's getting beaten down, man.
we wanted to see the we wanted to see the priest, man. We wanted to see the priest.
I'm sure USeplash wants to see the priest too. I mean, if you tell USeplash, man, we're gonna go to game 5, then for sure he'd want that. But Enrico has a different plan, man. Enrico wants to enjoy the rest of his Saturday. All right. And
Definitely. But of course, this does not put Enrico in the winning slot just yet because
he needs
the
to play
clear
the rest of this out. He needs to play the rest of this out. He's gonna be throwing these little rushers in the way. Gonna try to wipe, but still, there's at least 8 damage coming into USeplash's face the next turn. At least.
8 damage. This. Oh my goodness! The words are escaping my mouth right now. Enrico does not have any burst damage from his hand. He might be able to generate it off of elsewhere, but the fact remains that Enrico has built the plethora of damage to this shaman. The Conjurer's Calling might even seal the deal with a Argent Commander. That's showy.
See,
Nothing. But still, this is going to be enough
could
to
have been.
deal
Could
the
have
most
been.
anticlimactic game for win for
Yep.
Enrico. And Enrico apparently doesn't need the Scholar Jaina bundle, unlike you guys in the chat and those who have commented on my previous posts, who want some.
Never be afraid.
What a good way to end it on, no, Sir Leo? Where
Yeah, but showing us the
Age.
Jaina bundle.
Showing
She's,
us
I like this Jaina. I like this younger Jaina.
Yeah.
She's nice. She's so
She's
spirited.
happier.
She's happier. She's chasing down Antonidas. Please mentor me. She's chasing Kael'thas around. But
Oh, Arfa's around. She's
Arthas.
leading. She's leading on Killfast.
there you go. I have yet to get into the Book of Heroes, but I will be streaming that very soon. But yeah, this is it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. With this stroke here off of Sir Finley Mergleton, ladies and gentlemen, Enrico representing the Teletigers is going to be your Predator Alliance League 2020 Summer Split Hearthstone champion, going in
Congratulations.
3-1 against USEsplash. Percy, how bittersweet is this? But again, we talked about it earlier. This is where most of us expected it to go anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sift through a lot of 3-1 comments now. Oh my goodness! But yeah, this is how actually. You know what? This reminds me of this reminds me of Conquest. I also went up 3-1, losing to a Shirvala OTK, which is the most expected way to lose. Unlike the spell through with loss from Enrico, but nonetheless, Enrico, congratulations for winning yet another Esports Arena Summer Split for Hearthstone tournament. Oh my goodness, Enrico is on a tear. Teletigers, is this going to set the mood for the later games for our League of Legends stream? Who knows? ADMU and Holy Angels University have to join forces together. Like they need all of your energy right now, guys, to be able to snap the streak of the UST Teletigers and not make this a Teletigers day.
Yep. You gotta slay the Teletigers. 2020 has apparently been their year here in collegiate esports, and Academy started to wonder what happened to the Teletigers. What are they doing? Like, what is this? Their talents across their esports are just expanding and improving at a level that the other competitors just cannot fathom. But don't get us wrong, still the highlight of this here is still Enrico, the individual, and of course his opponent USEsplash, who got here in such impressive and unexpected fashion. Again, he even stole one game away from Enrico in this best of five. So again, congratulations to our two finalists. But of course, the day belongs to Enrico of the Tele Tigers, going 3-1. Percy, before we close up the show, anything else you'd like to talk about, mention before we move on?
Yeah, again, once again, I am grateful to everyone for, of course, to Esports Academy for being, for giving me the opportunity to cast one of my favorite games of all time. Only, I would say it's second to CS because I've been playing that forever, right? But nonetheless, thank you for Esports Academy for this opportunity. I hope to be able to serve you as your caster in many games to come. Thank you so much to our viewers, to everyone at Hearthstone Philippines for not only supporting Esports Academy Hearthstone, but also Hearthstone in general. Everyone, all of the sponsors who are giving us the chance to show that Hearthstone is not a dead game.
Oh, by no means. Far
By
from
no
it, if
means.
anything. Far from it. 2020, I've been in and out of Hearthstone for the past half a decade, and I'm so glad to see the 2020 definitely looking like it's the year, despite all of us being trapped at home because of the pandemic. But yeah, hoping you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, and of course, staying away from Tilt. Thanks to our sponsors, Globe, Twitch Student, and of course, the virtual hangouts. This has been the Predator Alliance League 2020 Summer Split brought to y'all by Esports Acad Arena. Do click follow right here on Twitch for more updates and check us out on Facebook and Twitter as well. My name is Leo. This right here is Percy on behalf of everyone making this possible. Thank you all for joining us. It's been a great ride. Congratulations once more to our champion Enrico of the Tele Tigers. You guys have a great day ahead and have a happy weekend.
Thank you so much again.